Hi YouTube, Redeye Gaijin here. I'm just thinking it might be a good idea at this early stage in my channel history to give you a bit of background about how my connection to Japan began. You can actually trace it back all the way back to 1997. So a fair time ago, and I was a university student in Sydney, Australia, and during my from the very beginning of my undergraduate studies here, I was working part time and in another story, which I'll probably make another video about, I began working at Sydney's first sushi train restaurant. So it's a kaiten sushiya in Sydney. Back then, it was still a new kind of fad, and I started working there. I worked a couple of days a week to support myself through uni, and then I ended up staying on for 3 years until I finished my degree. From that point, at around the same time I graduated, I left that job and I was successful in my application for the JET program. So that was about the end of 2000, beginning of 2001, that I was in Gunma, in Maebashi-shi in Gunma, for about a year on the JET program, which I left and went to Osaka to first of all teach English in kindergartens for about a year before I was promoted to a team teacher position, a teacher trainer position, sorry. So that took me through to the end of my 3-year visa. So I went back to Sydney at the end of 2003, stayed for a couple of years, started working for a company of which in 2005 I was lucky enough to get the opportunity to go and open its first Asia office back in Osaka, and I established that from scratch and managed that office for about exactly 3 years again. So you could say my in-country, my sort of living in Japan time, excluding visits and trips, is about 6 years in total. So that brought me to the end of 2008. And then I was back in Sydney again, and I was actually working in the education industry still, and but not as a teacher. And I moved to another job at a university where I still am now in late 2010, and with that role too, I also frequent Japan, actually more so China these days, but the connection's definitely there still. So yeah, I guess I'll leave it at that, and just see where this takes me. I'd love it if you guys could leave a comment, any questions you had, or comments, or anything that can sort of help me get the ball rolling with this channel would be much appreciated. Alright, thanks very much guys. Redeye Gaijin here, and see you next video.